Hello everyone, my name is Lyra Irisfell, and welcome back to School News Weekly. And at this point, I'm just gonna start mentioning all the fucking closures and strikes, because I can only repeat myself so many times. Speaking of, sorry for the lack of uploads. I've actually been pretty busy on a much longer video, as well as some annoying IRL shit, which you all know about. But if you don't know about, then stick around till the end. Anyway, this first story is something that I want to get the opinion of all the lefties that support the mass illegal immigrations of those coming from the war-torn nation of France. The government are deciding to remove school holiday meal vouchers. This scheme is one where children who are entitled to free school meals are given the equivalent during holidays as well. Under this scheme, applicable children receive £27 every 2 weeks during the holidays. This is being scrapped due to rising costs. Yet, illegals still get £49 a week. So, for every one illegal immigrant, a child goes 2 weeks without sufficient food. You guys don't see any problem with that? Think this is all still valid? Alright then, your words, not mine. After that depressing bombshell, let's have a story that is just bizarre. If you have a twisted sense of humour like me. Okay, now do me a favour and close your eyes as I read out this subheadline. A man has been struck off from teaching after being convicted of making and possessing indecent images of children and possessing pornographic images of animals. Now, how many of you just completely disregarded that first part? You heard animal porn, and then just ignored the rest of it, didn't you? Even though that first part is infinitely worse, you only cared about the second. Unfortunately, this article doesn't clarify what they meant, but the weirdo does admit to forging the indecent images of children. Doesn't say anything about the animal porn, though. Were these furry images? Like, cartoons? Or was it just straight up animals fucking on camera? We shall hopefully never know. A new topic in education is the introduction of V levels. Alongside A levels, AS levels, B Tech, and T levels. A quick thing about AS levels are simply half an A level. You do a year for the AS and then another year to finalize the A level. For example, I have an AS level in law. So I know the basics and how laws are established and executed, but not much more than the base details. I didn't pursue that course, I dropped it, but I still got rewarded for studying it for a whole year with that little AS level I had, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. However, AS levels are being phased out now, which is just quite annoying really. Anyway, back to the V levels. These vocational courses designed to give A-level equivalents for doing shit that you have to learn when you're growing up anyway. V-levels include things like catering and finance. But how is this different from A-levels or B-Techs? I'll tell you how. It's that these V-levels are easier. No point in sugarcoating this crap. It's literally just easier to do this rather than the other thing. In School Wars news, a 13-year-old boy has been arrested in connection with sharing posts encouraging violence online. Listen, you little shits. This isn't like your stupid 6-7 meme. That is still going on, by the way. This school war situation, it's a literal crime. You can get hurt, prosecuted, and potentially even killed over this. I cannot emphasize enough how severe this is. Don't fuck around and find out. You'll be throwing your life away for a shitty little meme. Speaking of conflicts, there was a massive 30-man fight in Tameside School. This put their school into lockdown, and many parents refused to send their kids in the next day. I mean, understandably so. Teachers couldn't do anything because you need to have specialized training to be able to use restraint on a child, or you could be imprisoned. Despite a person's protective mindset, logic overrides that, and staff won't get involved. I mean, I'm still in isolation for my previous comment where I said, please stop acting like a moron. If I can get punished this severely for saying something as relatively simple as that, imagine what would happen if you laid hands on a child. Doesn't matter if he was about to batter in another kid. You'll be liable for putting your hands on that child. Broken, isn't it? But a brief update on my situation, by the way. The reason for a lack of videos recently is due to how insane this whole situation has become. I have a full video planned on it, but TLDR, I've had meetings with a lawyer, with a doctor, with the union, with HR, with counsellors, and I've even created and presented a case in my initial hearing. Seeing as though I had already confessed to saying that one fatal line, I'm sure they were hoping for a simple 5-minute interview where I just confirm that I've admitted fault. However, that's not how I operate. This interview was over an hour long because I implemented some little findings that I had. You see, I'm the kind of girl that admits fault when I do wrong. But even when I don't do wrong, sometimes I just take the blame. It might be simpler than having an entire investigation over it, but that's not how this works. If you dare to try and accuse me of something as vile as being a danger to children, well, let's just say I will do anything to clear my name. Anything. Well, anything legal at least. I'd never kill anyone, obviously. But if you do it to yourself, based on things that you yourself have said, I will not be liable. What in the fuck? Okay, so I'm just trying to look for the article that I mentioned before. So I just had this recording in the background, and I found this article that says, like a trap you can't escape, the women who regret being mothers. Carmen loves her 10-year-old son, but if she could turn back the clock, she says she would never have become a mum. Can you imagine the 10-year-old growing up and seeing this? Oh my word. How would you even say that? This regret is rarely voiced out loud. Carmen tentatively puts her regret into words on a Carmen tentatively put her regret into words on a general parenting forum a few days ago, and says that while some people were empathetic, others acted as if she was a monster. Yeah, rightly so, man. You can't just say, I regret having my kids. Motherhood is an endless job that you do, even when you don't want to. Because a little person depends on you, she says. It feels like a trap you can't escape. This is awful. Tio has nothing to do with my regret. He's a fantastic, adorable boy, and I love him fiercely. I'd give for my life for him without any doubt. He's a kind, easygoing, and brilliant student. He's amazing, but I wish I didn't. Doesn't matter how you try and sugarcoat this. You are saying you wish you didn't have your child. That is just not... I would get the social services involved in this. Oh dear. This article gets worse the longer you read it. At first, being a mother was a joy. But things changed when her son began to display serious developmental delays, and every sinful moment turned into observation and concern. So she loved her child, and then when she realized he would have special needs, she then started regretting becoming a mother. This is awful. I shouldn't be laughing at this. Fucking hell, man. It gets even worse. Carmen realized she was not alone when she joined the Facebook group I Regret Having Children, which has 96,000 members from around the world. Oh my... I don't even know where to begin with this. Like, this caught me so off guard. I would have added this into the script, but it caught me so off guard. And I am so glad I was accidentally live reacting to this. Because what I was doing is I actually missed out a bit of audio. And I needed to go and find the exact article so I'd make sure I got the quote right. So I didn't have, as I was recording this, I was like, okay, well, I'll just leave the recording on. And then I can clip it out. I do it all the time, so it's not an issue.